Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you are here for the first time. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I have this super simple eye makeup look for you guys. It's simple, it's just one eyeshadow and you're done. I am so in love. I'm so in love with how I look right now. I'm not gonna lie, like I'm just like, ooh girl, ooh, it's that, you know. I actually really enjoyed making this video, and I hope you guys enjoy watching it as much as I enjoyed making it. So yeah, let me not blab on too much and let's get right into it. Okay, so let's get started. So today I'm going to be starting off with my face, because I'm going to be doing a very simple one eyeshadow eye look, so there's not going to be any fallout, and if there is, it's going to be very minimal. I've already primed my skin. I used the Fenty Pro Filtr primer, and I set that with the translucent powder from MAC. So I'm just gonna, I primed quite a while ago actually, because I like to let the primer just sit on the skin. So I'm just gonna go in with the Fenty Beauty foundation. This is in the color 410, and I'm gonna take 2 pumps of that. Oh, actually what I wanted to do first was I wanted to color correct first. So I'm gonna go in with the orange color corrector from the MAC concealer palette. Oh, this is running down all over. And I am just going to take a little bit of that and just come here on the corners of my mouth. Now I'm doing this because I find that no foundation ever covers up like these dark spots around my mouth, well, on the corners here. So yeah, just gonna go in there with the brush, and I'm just sort of like tapping that on there and not applying too much pressure. And this is not something I do often. Like I'm not super pressed about the corners of my mouth. I'm just trying to see like if this is gonna work for me or not. I'm not like a color correcting person, to be very honest with you. And just come here as well. My breakouts, I've been having a hard time with my skin lately. I'm going through a lot. All right, then I'm gonna go in with my foundation. Just gonna use a brush for that, and let's come under my eyes. And I'm just gonna buff that in. So I used two like, not like, it's not like 2 full pumps, but like I like wearing a little bit of this foundation. I find that because it dries down a little darker than my skin tone, so I did kind of flop on the color. It's not like a visible difference, like you can see right now in the camera. It's not like my neck and my face, or my chest and my face are like completely different. It is just a little tad bit dark, but it's not anything like to scream about, you know what I mean? So I think I'm gonna add a bit more here. But what I will say, I really like this foundation and the coverage it gives. Like, I think it looks really pretty. I don't like using a lot of it personally. I think a little goes a long way. I'm just gonna do like a tiny bit for this side here. And whatever's left, I'm gonna come this side as well. And that's foundation. So now I'm gonna go in with the Fenty Beauty matchstick in Latte. These work like a dream together. Like, you have to use them together for them to give you, you know, the best sort of application, the best finish. So I don't know if you guys watched the other video where I spoke about how I felt about using this concealer. Oh shit. And how I was not vibing with it anymore because it breaks apart and it cracks and it looks really funny. Like, I don't understand what was happening with it, but ever since I got the foundation and I'm using it with this, and I'm using this on top of the foundation, this sits on the foundation like a dream. Like, it's not doing funny things. So yeah, Fenty Beauty wants other Fenty Beauty products. So I'm just gonna go in and just blend this. I find that if the matchstick blends really nicely when I use a kabuki brush as opposed to using a sponge. It blends out really fast as well. That looks so, like, doesn't it look so nice? Right? But this looks really nice and natural still, and very skin like. I like it a lot. And then for contour, I'm going to use my trusty matchstick in Espresso. That, and I'm going to come up top here and let me just blend it out. I'm just using that same foundation brush that I was using before. Look how nice that looks. Man, I'm telling you. You know what? Rihanna did that, man. She did that. Like, I mean, of course you want makeup products to work well with other makeup products. I think it's a pity that using the matchsticks as a concealer, I don't know, maybe this is just, it's a problem I've been experiencing. I don't know if anybody else has had this problem with the matchstick as a concealer. And I mean, it should be working, it should work just as well with other products as it works with Fenty products, but I think that's just generally the rule with most brands and their products, is that they'll work really well together. Like, that looks so nice. I am so satisfied with that. I'm gonna go in with my blending brush and I'm going to contour my nose, and I'm starting right in my eye socket and I'm bringing that down. And it's easy for me to do this now because I don't have any products on my eyes. And I'm just gonna bring that nice and close. Now I think I just want to reinforce that nose highlight a bit. Oh. So I'm going to be using the MAC Prep and Prime in Deep Dark, and I'm going to just plonk some of that under here. See the other brush, just to brighten up my under eye a bit more. It makes it nice and youthful looking. You see that? Okay. Then I'm gonna just set everything. I will be using the Sasha Buttercup setting powder, and again, this has been working like a dream with the Fenty Beauty products, so I've really been enjoying this powder actually. If you do not have it, I suggest it. Or if you've been thinking about buying it, I recommend it. I mean, I definitely recommend it. It's pretty dope. It's a pretty dope powder. And then I'm just gonna contour. I'll be using this powder brush just to enforce my contour from earlier. You know, I've been thinking about makeup trends that I can't wait to see die. But they're not going anywhere, you know, like those big eyebrows, they are not going anywhere. I've literally been waiting for those eyebrows to die for a good 2-3 years, maybe 4, and they're just not going anywhere. They're not dying out anytime soon. I'm so surprised at the commitment to these bloody eyebrows. Like, I'm so surprised. I didn't know the world was like this. I didn't know. I really did not know. I am disgusted. I'm joking. I'm gonna do my eyebrows. I'm going to do them, should I do them on camera? Let me try to do them on camera for today. Okay, so eyebrows are done. So what I'm gonna do now is just move on to my eyes, and for my eyes will be using this pigment. It is super pretty. It is Blue Brown by MAC. It is absolutely stunning, and I'm just gonna pop some of that on the lid, or in the lid. And I'm going to use my fingers to apply. Just to take some of them on my ring finger. And I'm just going to press that onto my eyes. I'm dusting some of the fallout off my finger before I apply, just so that I don't have any fallout on my face, even though I actually have some now. I think I'm just gonna put a bit of powder under my eyes right here, just to catch some of that fallout, and on my nose. Okay, so you just want to take this on the lid and right above that crease. Now if you are amazing at blending eyeshadow out with your fingers, you could even leave it here, but I'm going to go in and just blend that with a brush. And I'm going to take this right up until my eyebrow and then feather that out on the outer corner. I am now going to line my lower lash line and I'm going to line my upper lash line. Oh. And then I'm going to take the same brush and I'm going to dip back into the pigment, and I'm going to use that for my bottom lash line. Like so. I think also if you wanted this look to be a bit more like opaque and a bit bolder, you could definitely use a black liner underneath the pigment and then just add the pigment on top, and you'll get that sort of that effect it's doing under on my lash line. But that's not the effect I wanted on top. I wanted it to look quite light on top and very almost like you could still see my eyelid, and then we can do really nice and smoky at the bottom. So you could keep it here, or you could go super dark, whatever your preference is, do that. Okay, so that is it for the eyes. I am just going to apply my lashes off camera, and we are going to come back and finish the rest of this face off. And I'm just going to set my makeup. Just getting rid of that powderiness. Okay. While that's drying down, I am going to go in with this Beauty Treat, which is finished lip gloss, and that's all I'm going to use on my lips. It kind of reminds me of, well, I'm assuming, because I've never used it, but I'm assuming this is what Fenty Beauty's Universal Gloss Bomb, whatever they call it. It kind of, from what I've seen in pictures, this is what it looks like to me. So how pretty is that? So now I'm going to do my highlighter. That is so cute. Now this look can be left matte like it is right now. It actually looks really nice, and you can't really tell that I don't have any highlighter on. It does look really nice and sort of dewy, but like semi matte as well. But I am going to add some highlighter because I like things. Actually, I'm going to start off with Fenty Beauty's Trippin, and I'm going to take Trippin on a brush like I always do, just like so. So pretty. And then I'm going to go over that with Cheeky Bronze from MAC, and I'm just going to add Cheeky Bronze like almost underneath, just like right here, so you can still see a bit of that gold up top. I'm being so extra. Nobody needs to wear this much highlighter. Nobody. I'm gonna go back and just blend everything out. Oh, and also I am going to use Cheeky Bronze to highlight my brow bone. I love a good brow bone. I love a glittery brow bone highlight. Like, I can't tell you how much it annoys me when I see people using a matte highlighter for the brow bone. Like, I'm just like, oh my god, what is this, 1999? Ugh. I'm just gonna go over with my spray again. Okay, so this is the finished look, you guys. I am so in love with this look. Like, I'm obsessed. Like, I feel like I did that. Like, this is so beautiful. Again, one eyeshadow, that's all you need. Super simple, and whatever your foundation routine is, and you're good to go. I think this is a great not every day, like, you could go to work with this look, you know what I mean? It's not too much, it's not too smoky, it's not like you're doing a lot. It's great look you could transition into nighttime as well. So I mean, yo, okay, this is gorgeous. Yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for liking, because I know you're gonna like it. Thank you so much for subscribing if you have not already, because I know you're going to subscribe, because you're like, I don't want to miss out on this. This is great. Yeah, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Cheerio. Hey demons, it's me, your boy. Hey guys, so I decided that I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update on the foundation, and hold on, and how it's worn, or how it wears, and just how it looks right now. So I think I stopped filming at about 1:30, and now it's 4 o'clock, and so that's been like about 3.5 hours, 4 hours, give or take, since I finished the video. And I don't know if you guys can see, it's not super apparent on camera, but let me just zoom you in, if it's gonna focus. But it's not that like apparent, like the change in color on camera, but when I'm looking at myself in the mirror, I can see that my face and my neck and my chest look just slightly different. It's not like a noticeable difference, but it is there, but it's not something to, you know, to cry about. It still looks absolutely beautiful. It still looks amazing. I'm not mad at it. So I will say that I have touched up my foundation. I touched it up like maybe 20 minutes before I started filming, and I touched up because for me that is the most realistic thing anybody who would wear a foundation would do after some hours of wearing it, especially if you have oily skin. I find that the way that people do reviews on YouTube, foundation reviews, and their longevity of not powdering or touching up or blotting, that's completely unrealistic. Nobody wears foundation like that. No one is going to go for 8 hours and not touch up and seeing that their skin is oily, especially if you have oily skin. There is no way that you are not going to blot or touch up. That's unrealistic. So I have blotted, well, I touched up. I used some of my Sasha Buttercup, and I used my MAC translucent powder. I just mixed them two together and just a little bit, and just touched up where I am oily, which is basically everywhere. The foundation itself, for me, I think this is where the true test of a foundation comes, when you touch up. That's when you can tell if a foundation is good or if it's shitty. So with having touched up, this foundation for me, it looked brand new. Like, it looked like I had just put it on. It's absolutely stunning still. It looks nice and matte now, sort of demi matte, like a nice youthful glow peeking through. Nothing over the top in terms of oils. Again, for me, I am oily. Like, foundation is right here, oil. But after I touched it up, it looked really beautiful. So I'm really not mad about touching up. I just think YouTube has given us a really unrealistic expectation of makeup, its performance. It's weird. it's weird. No one is gonna sit 8 hours and not touch up. That makes no sense. I really like this foundation. I recommend it. I also find that it works great with other Fenty products, but it also works really well with home goal over here. So if you use the Fenty Pro Filter primer, you use the Pro Filter foundation, and you're setting with this bad boy, okay. So yeah, okay, that is it. That is truly it from me. Thank you guys so much for watching and supporting my channel, and thank you for liking and subscribing and all of that good stuff. And the birds are making a noise, and I will see you guys in my next one. Cheers.